Well, here we go. Welcome. I'm John Anslow, and I'm here with Chad Robinson, Director of the Matheson Memorial Library. Thanks for taking some time with us, Chad.
Thank you, John. We always appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, you
got charm.
Chad is a frequent flyer, and he's also a flyer. But this is third time on the Noon Whistle, so he's got a lot of good stuff to share with us, and we keep inviting him back and love to have him. So we're going to talk Matheson Memorial Library. You have some exciting things coming up and some big changes coming up, correct?
That is correct, yeah. So a lot of people know that we were a recipient of the Flexible Facilities grant last year, and we were working really hard on design and what we're going to do, and we've just about reached the point where we're going to start. So
it's go time.
It's go time, yeah. It's pretty exciting. It's been an awful lot of work. Luckily, we've had a great ad hoc committee with the library board and some of our community partners that have made this work. So we're pretty excited to share what we're doing with everybody. So yeah.
Well, you do a great job, and I know the library has tremendous support from volunteers and board members and things like that. So you have the grant, there's going to be some changes. What can we expect?
So the biggest change that you're going to see is we're going to be flipping the collection. So the upstairs area, which right now has nonfiction, is going to become in its entirety our children's and teen section. So that is a huge change. Our youth service desk will be going up there, all the kids' books, all the activities. And for the old Mary Bray room and the audio room, that's going to be our new maker and craft space. And the audio room is going to be our new storytime room. So parents and kids, you'll just go right up the stairs. It'll be an entire library kingdom dedicated to you. And then the lower level is all for grown-ups. So, you know, the nonfiction, fiction, audio, everything will be going down on the lower level. And to go with all of that, we're building a lot of new study rooms, some big, some small, a new classroom in our old technical services area. A lot of people haven't seen that. That's where we process the books. We're going to say goodbye to the old storytime room. I know it's kind of sad, but it's going to be a nice reading lounge for adults. And over by the fireplace, another reading lounge with walls. And our friend's bookstore, we're going to do something really great with that. It's going to be out in the lobby. So it's going to be significantly different.
Will the glass friends room still be there on the corner overlooking the atrium?
Good question, because it will still be there, but it will be the teen area. So that's where we'll have a place for our teens to hang out, and some of the collection will be right next to them. And so it'll be a really nice place to just sit and read or talk or play Dungeons and Dragons or whatever they want to do. So
will there be any changes to that lobby atrium hallway area between the library and the community room?
The only thing we're going to do different there is we are going to redo the doors to the public restrooms and make them even more ADA accessible. So they're going to be facing outward. Right now you kind of have to go into a little nook where the water fountain is and turn. Now they're going to be facing out, so it's going to be pretty nice. Plus the aforementioned Friends bookstore. We're still working on that, but it's probably going to be like a glass wall with their own set of shelving and maybe a little bit of furniture, so you can go out there on your way in or out of the library to browse what they have for sale. So I think I'm pretty excited about that.
That's great. I'm thinking people are going to ask, or they're going to wonder, what about those historic rooms upstairs on that backside? Anything happening with those?
So the historic rooms will still be there, and they'll definitely still be historic. We're not going to change any of that. It's just their function is going to change.
Okay.
So old Mary Bray, again, be like a crafting area. It'll be where we have our maker stuff, like our knitting, our sewing, and that's where Miss Jennifer will do her crafting programs.
Okay.
There'll be a door now connecting those two rooms, so that kids can do activities and then move straight to story time. So it'll definitely be kid focused, and it'll be great, but we are not changing any of that historic charm. I mean, my favorite part of the library when I first got here was the 1931 building. It's got a whole lot of character, and we're not about to touch that. So
I think that's great. I think that's great. So there's also some things that, now that you talk a lot about, you know, rooms and moving and upstairs and downstairs and those changes, there's some things that'll be upgraded that maybe aren't out in the open, or maybe most of us wouldn't even know or see.
Yes, that's what I'm most excited about. if you've been to the library anytime in the last couple of years, you probably noticed that maybe it was a little hot in the summer and maybe a little cold in the winter. That's because of our boiler and our HVAC system. But fortunately, part of this grant, you're going to get a whole new HVAC solution. It's going to be energy efficient. I can almost guarantee you'll be comfortable when you visit the library once this stuff is in. So new lighting to go with it. Some new changes, like the two restrooms on the upper level, we're going to turn those into family bathrooms, 2 family bathrooms, and one of them we're probably going to put a kitty-sized toilet in. So lots of amenities like that. It will look different, but it will be nice and bright, and above all, it'll be warm in the winter and cool in the summer. That's a big load off my mind.
We could have used that the last couple of days.
I know. I'm sorry, everybody. I really am. But
anything to the community room, will that still stay the same?
We're looking into that. Originally, we didn't think we were going to do too much with that, but when our bids came in, it looks like we have some more some flexibility. So I think at the very least, you'll see new tables, because those tables are they're getting on, and new chairs. So when people rent the community center, or when we have a library program, or if a group is meeting there, you'll have nicer furniture, nicer folding furniture and set up in a lot of ways. So for example, Rotary will have nicer tables.
Well, those tables are heavy.
They're very heavy. I agree. Yeah. I don't know if they'll be less heavy, but they'll be nicer. So
well, yeah. And you know what? You want them to wear out, because that means the room's getting used a lot.
Absolutely.
And it does. And there's a lot of groups that use that room.
They do.
Daytime, nighttime, weekends. And that's why you have the room. So that's great.
Yep.
So that's exciting. So big changes there. So with all these changes and all the excitement around the changes, how does that affect your library customers?
So there will be disruptions, I'm afraid. We currently have a marketing campaign. By the way, we have a marketing campaign going on our Facebook page. So like us on Facebook. Every week we've got new videos talking about what's going to go where. And if you visit the library, we've got some infographics and some posters kind of showing you to help you imagine what it's going to look like when it's finished. But we'll have another phase of that marketing campaign probably starting in July, where we'll kind of cover the glass half empty aspect. We are committed to maintaining library service as much as we possibly can. So during a lot of construction, we do anticipate being open, at least in a limited capacity. That might take many forms. We might have to pull out their old COVID playbook, maybe do some, some curbside and things like that. And we haven't even ruled out doing like a remote library around town, so if we need to, we'll do that. So we're working on it. It's definitely going to be a work in progress, so please be patient with us, but we'll do whatever we can to make sure you can still get your books and your materials from us and be able to return them. So stay tuned for that. We'll have a lot more information as the summer goes on. We will definitely probably be doing a closure in October, just because that's when we would be putting the new roof unit or the air conditioner, and everybody's got to clear out for that. So if we ever do a remote library, it'll probably be during October, but we'll just kind of see what happens. But I do want everybody to know that we'll do our best to have you keep coming to the library even when stuff's happening.
Otherwise, and it's all in the name of being better, right? Yeah. We're going to be better in the end.
Yeah, it's for our own good. Right. That's the only thing I can say. And the other thing too is we've got a lot of wonderful libraries in Walworth County, so this might be a good time to do a little field trip and check out what they're doing.
So talk about staying in touch and staying up to date so that everybody knows what's going on. You mentioned your Facebook page. Is that just Matheson Memorial Library?
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you type in Matheson Memorial Library on Facebook, we should pop right up, and you can follow us so you get the updates. We do a lot of stuff on Facebook, but for this whole next month and a half, it's going to be all about the grant. So, but yeah, go ahead and like us, because that's a real good way for us to get out the word. And we do a lot of fun posts too, just about life in the library. Like we sometimes get birds in our basement, so we have a avian response team that'll try to get them out. We post about things like that too. So
anywhere, website, if I type in Matheson Memorial Library, is that going to get me to your website?
It will, or just typing in Elkhorn Library, we should be the first thing that pops up in Google. We do have a very nice library. We recently made a change so that all the events are at the very top. So if you want to at a glance see what's coming up this week, that is a great way to do it. We've got our full calendar on there. I mean, usually summer is the time where we have the most programs, so you can go into that, read the details of every upcoming children's and or adult program, see when they're at, where they're at, because we do move off site a fair amount during the summer. Like for example, next week we're going to do our historical tour at Hazel Ridge Cemetery.
Oh,
So we'll be meeting out there. But yeah, it's the best way to kind of see what events are coming up, and you can do all those housekeeping things there too, like renew your books or check the catalog. Sign up for our tailored title service. That's where we'll suggest some books for you to read. If you don't know what to read, we'll help you with that.
There's a lot of online services.
We do,
and things people can get to just through your website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a whole page of digital resources too. So like the one I'm most proud of is we have the Elkhorn Independent digitized and searchable. And I'm just about to upload another decade's worth of papers on there. So check that out. If you've ever wondered what life was like in 1930s Elkhorn, you can read about it.
And the Frank Ames videos are on there as well,
correct? Yeah, the oral, the audio.
Oral,
so yeah, we did a lot of oral history interviews a few years back. I'd like to do some more someday, but I'm kind of busy. But yeah, Frank's on there. A lot of other longtime Elkhorn residents tell their story. It's pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing. Yeah, that's exciting that our library decided to capture all that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you do a great job, Chad. And anything else that we want everybody to know about the library and all the changes and the services you offer? And I mean, we probably could go on for hours.
I could.
I know you could. and you do. You offer so much for so many different people. Not just you have to be a book a week reader, but anybody in research and the historical programs you put on. You do a lot of great things.
Oh, we have a great staff, so that makes it easy. I guess one thing I want to remind everybody is, even with all this grant stuff going on, we're still in the middle of summer reading. So we've got a lot of stuff happening. We're doing cooperative work with the school district. We're going to have our big program on the 27th at 10 a.m. over at the middle school, where we'll have the acrobats doing their program. And for younger kids, we'll have Fox and Branch, the musicians, at the community center. Tons of adult programs. We've got the big read going on, Christmas in July. So if you want to grab your copy of A Christmas Carol, all of our book clubs will be discussing that in July. The big winery event at the end at Stoller Estate. Everybody loves that. We're really excited. So there's lots of ways to get engaged, and we'll fill up your time this summer if you'd like us to. And then on top of everything, the summer reading programs themselves, we like to reward people for reading, so you can get hooked up on that. We've got a ton of prizes donated by a lot of wonderful local businesses. It's for all ages. There's a children's, very adaptable to any age, a teen one, and of course an adult one. So a lot of stuff going on. So don't let the grant stuff worry you. There's still plenty of library stuff going on this summer.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
I mean, you could go on, but
I could go on.
Yeah, but no, I think that's pretty important for people to know. I hope people stay up to date and get the information they need to know what's going on and when the library is open and how to get their books or audio or come to a program or whatever it might be. And if you don't have anything with that, I think I'll close the book on this episode.
Wow, good one. You've been sitting on that one for a while.
I have. I was sitting on that for the whole time. I thought, oh, this will be a good one. So, yeah, thank everybody. Stay tuned for Matheson Memorial Library updates, and get out there and take advantage of all the wonderful things they do. So with that, I will see everybody later.
Thank you.